What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of WWE's Biggest Issue. This week's episode is very intriguing. This one actually intrigues me because over the last 8 months that I've been doing this series, I've talked about so many things. I've talked about, who should be next in line for the United States title, who should face Roman Reigns. I've even also talked about how, how NXT and NXT UK should have their own Money in the Bank ladder match. But this week's episode is in pertainance to NXT UK, but in the form of the fact that maybe NXT should be a part of Survivor Series. Here's why. Look back on 2019. Okay, 2019 had one of the most stacked Survivor Series cards we'd ever thought possible. And I find it intriguing because when you look at the history of Survivor Series, you think about all the things that had happened at Survivor Series. Obviously, the debut of the Undertaker. We've seen so many things, so many crazy things. But if you were to look at the card for NXT TakeOver War Games the previous night back in 2019, the card was stupid stacked. You had Angel Garza versus Isaiah Swerve Scott on the pre-show. You had Pete Dunne versus Damian Priest versus Killian Dane in a triple threat match where the winner would face Adam Cole for the NXT title the next night at Survivor Series. You've got Finn Balor versus Matt Riddle. You've got Team Ripley, which consisted of Rhea Ripley, the captain, Dakota Kai, Candice LeRae, and Tegan Nox. Originally, it was supposed to have been Mia Yim, but due to injury, Kai ended up taking over, only for her to end up turning heel. Going up against Team Baszler, which consists of the champion, Shayna Baszler at the time, Io Shirai, Kaylee Ray, the NXT UK Women's Champion at the time, and Bianca Belair back when she was actually a heel. And then, of course, the Undisputed Era, which consisted of Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong against Team Ciampa, which consisted of Tommaso Ciampa, Keith Lee, Dominik Dijakovic, or I guess now T-Bar, if you want to go for today's standards. And originally it was supposed to have been Matt Riddle, but because that Riddle wanted Balor, that was no longer the case. So Ciampa made a call, and who shows up? Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens shows up, which then led to the next night. The card was stupid stacked. Because you had a because you had Becky Lynch, Bayley, and Shayna Baszler. You had Brock Lesnar versus Rey Mysterio in a no-holds-barred match for the WWE title. You had the Viking Raiders versus the New Day versus the Undisputed Era. Team Raw's for the women's side of things, for Team Raw, you had Charlotte Flair. Ow. You had Charlotte Flair. You had Natalya, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Sarah Logan. From the NXT side of things, you had Rhea Ripley, Candice LeRae, Toni Storm, Io Shirai, and Bianca Belair. And then on the SmackDown side of things, you had Sasha Banks, Dana Brooke, Carmella, Lacey Evans, and Nikki Cross. And then on the men's side of things, for Team Raw, you had Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, and Ricochet. NXT, you had Damian Priest, Keith Lee, Matt Riddle, Walter, and Tommaso Ciampa. And then on the SmackDown side of things, you had Roman Reigns, Baron Corbin, Braun Strowman, Mustafa Ali, something's on my foot. I swear, something is on my foot. And also Chad Gable, who went by the name Shorty G at the time. You had AJ Styles versus Roderick Strong versus Shinsuke Nakamura. The Fiend Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan for the Universal title. Adam Cole versus Pete Dunne for the NXT title. Lio Rush versus Kalisto versus Akira Tozawa for the Cruiserweight title. Which it was Raw, SmackDown, NXT. SmackDown, I believe, was Kalisto. Raw was Akira Tozawa and Lio Rush, NXT, of course. And then you had the cross-branded battle royal. You had the Street Profits. You had Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. You had the OC, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, for those who don't remember. You had the Revival, Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder at the time. The Forgotten Sons, which were Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake. Rude and Ziggler, Breezango, who are now no longer with WWE. Kind of unfortunate. You had the Lucha House Party, Imperium, and Heavy Machinery, which consisted of Otis and Tucker, which Tucker is no longer with WWE, which is also unfortunate. The card was stacked that night. So the big question is, should NXT UK be a part of Survivor Series? The answer is yes, and I'll explain why. Because as I said before, if you look back on this card from 2019, you had so much talent. There was I would say well over 200, maybe 300 superstars that attended Survivor Series. Literally, let's actually take a look at how many superstars took part in this event. Let's see. 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71. There was literally 71 superstars, almost 100 superstars that took part in this event. 71. That's almost 100. Close to 100 superstars. But there were also other superstars that took part that were backstage. So I'd say well over a couple hundred at best. But if you look at the roster that we have for NXT UK currently, you have A-Kid, Eva Valkyrie, Ashton Smith, Danny Luna, Dave Mastiff, Eddie Dennis, Flash Morgan Webster, Ilya Dragunov, Isla Dawn, Ginny, Joe Coffey, Jordan Devlin, Joseph Connors, Kaylee Ray, Kenny Williams, Lewis Howley, Mark Andrews, Mark Coffey, Mako Satomura, Nina Samuels, Noam Dar, Oliver Carter, Rampage Brown, Sam Gradwell, Sam Stoker, Saxon Huxley, T-Bone, Trent Seven, Tyler Bate, Walter, Wild Boar, Wolfgang, Zai Brookside, Primate, as well. You have also, who else is there? You have Aaliyah James. You've got Stevie Turner. You've got so much talent. There's a lot of talent in NXT UK that if you were to look at the perfect match for Survivor Series, hands down, you would have to look at Mako Satomura versus Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Gonzalez versus Bianca Belair. That right there is the perfect match for the women's division in WWE. At Survivor Series, that right there, perfect main event, the perfect main event. But if you were looking at the world champions, it would be Bobby Lashley versus Walter versus Roman Reigns versus Karrion Kross or Samoa Joe, depending on how how it goes at Takeover, but that right there would be the perfect main event. I mean, come on, you have 4 powerhouses: Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley, Walter, and Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross. 4 powerhouses. Why wouldn't you want to have NXT UK join Survivor Series? Not only that, but the combinations of who would be in the men's Survivor Series match for NXT UK is insane. You could have I'll say Rampage Brown, Noam Dar, A-Kid, and I'll say Subculture. Subculture, Flash Morgan Webster, and Mark Andrews. Or we could also have Gallus's, Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang. The combinations are endless. As far as the women's side, it would be Aoife Valkyrie, Danny Luna, Ginny, Kaylee Ray, and Zaya Brookside. Those, again, the combinations are endless, and imagine how just imagine how much publicity NXT UK would get from everybody around the world. I mean, think about it. You have talent like Rampage Brown, who has went up against the best of the best in all of Europe, including guys like Pete Dunne, guys like Walter, guys like Trent Seven, guys like T-Bone, Wolfgang, Joe Coffey. This man, Rampage Brown is a former, from what I've seen, from what I remember, I believe he's a former Progress World Champion, which is insane. And not only that, he's also a 20-year veteran of the game, which is insane. And as far as the tag teams, I mean the combinations are endless. We could have Mustache Mountain against the Usos, against the New Day, and against MSK. That would be a really cool. That'd be a pretty cool matchup. Especially given the fact that it's a battle of the tag team champions. A battle of the tag team champions. Crazy, right? I mean, come on. You have the Usos, the SmackDown tag team champions. MSK, the current NXT tag team champions. Pretty Deadly, the current NXT UK tag team champions. AJ Styles and Omos, the current Raw tag team champions. We could even also have RK Bro as Raw tag team champions. If it does become possible. The combinations are endless, and for NXT UK to be a part of Survivor Series would be incredible, because not only would they get more publicity for their brand, there could also be even more talent wanting to join NXT UK. Like, just recently, within the last 4 months, I would say, we ended up getting several new talent, including women like Aaliyah James, guys like Shaw Samuels, Nathan Fraser, or I guess Ben Carter for that matter. But again, Nathan Fraser. We even also had to see an NXT UK OG leave in the form of Amir Jordan, who lost to Kenny Williams because of, well, simply because of ego. It's just that. It's simply because of ego. But yeah, but But yeah, seeing NXT UK be a part of Survivor Series would be pretty cool. Again, not only would it give them more publicity, but there would be even more talent wanting to join NXT UK. And not only that, but we could also, as well, we could also see what I would consider to be the perfect dream match. And I know that I had talked about it moments ago here in this video, but it could be Walter versus Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley versus Karrion Kross. If all four men were to retain their titles, not just at TakeOver 36, but also at SummerSlam, come Survivor Series, if we get that type of match, that right there would speak volume, because a match like that would draw in so many views, so many viewers. It's mind blowing. It is absolutely mind blowing. As far as who I believe would win that kind of match, it's hard to say, because Roman Reigns is the second longest reigning Universal Champion of all time. Bobby Lashley is still starting out with his reign as WWE Champion. Karrion Kross is on the verge of being a part of the main roster full time. And Walter, he's the longest reigning champion of the modern era in WWE. Literally not only surpassing Brock Lesnar's reign as champion, but also CM Punk's reign as champion, John Cena's reign as champion, even also Pete Dunne's reign as NXT UK champion, which, that's insane. We did not think that would ever come to pass. None of us thought it would ever come to pass, but shockingly enough, it came to pass. Crazy enough, it came to pass, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, I mean, should NXT UK be a part of Survivor Series? Absolutely, I would love to see that. That'd be incredible. Again, more publicity, more superstars in Europe wanting to be a part of NXT UK, even superstars from the US, from Canada. They would love to be a part of NXT UK. Like if you guys remember, Cassius Ohno, he joined NXT UK for 3 reasons. One was obviously because of the fact that he felt disrespected by NXT management in the US. 2, he wanted to try. He thought that by going to NXT UK, he could become a champion there. But also 3, he wanted to show, the people of Europe the true nature of British style wrestling. Which, I mean, it worked out for a bit, but it all went downhill. Honestly, in my opinion, I feel like that Cassius Ohno should have stayed in NXT. It would have made things a lot easier for him. But again, should NXT UK join Survivor Series? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm all for it. Let's go. But guys, that is going to do it for this episode of WWE's Biggest Issue. Question of the day. I want your guys' opinion. Should NXT UK join Survivor Series? Let me know in the comments below your thoughts. And that is going to do it for this episode of WWE's Biggest Issue. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button if you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, which gets posted every Monday. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to check me out on Twitter and Instagram All the links will be down in the description below. And if you guys have family you want to send me and want me to open up on the channel, my address will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.